What up, y'all? J. Roos Theory. This is something that I've given lots of thought, and when I heard it in this documentary, I think it was a documentary Mr. Turkey put out about the days of reckoning. I think it was for the either the Wallin fight. I think it was for the Otto Wallin Anthony Joshua fight. After the fight, I talked about this before. I think what's going on with Anthony Joshua, and it's not every fight, but I think certain fights trigger something. I think he has an anxiety about, let's just say, going out like Apollo Creed did against Ivan Drago, because he said something very interesting, and I was thinking you might not want to say that publicly because other fighters are going to hear that and attack you and try to draw that fear out of you. But he was talking to some, I forget who, I think it was another fighter, and he was saying how when your adrenaline's pumping and everything's going, like you feel like you're gonna exit stage left, in other words. And I think that's what happens to him when he gets hit with a flurry of punches. I think he panics, and I think he's afraid of leaving this world. It's all the more reason he needs to turn to Yeshua. But that fear has got to leave. You can't be in the ring thinking about going out like Apollo Creed. You just can't have that in your mind, because it's going to make you cautious. It's going to make you weak. It's going to make your legs weak. I grew up playing tackle football, and there was a saying that if you play not to get hurt, you're going to get hurt. So in other words, go all out. And that's kind of what happened with Anthony Joshua. It's like he was boxing in times not to get hurt. And the craziest thing about it too is I noticed when he would try to clinch Daniel Dubois at times, which is smart to try to clinch when you're hurt, but Daniel Dubois did something really intelligent. He would push Anthony Joshua off of him and wouldn't let him clinch, and he was doing roughhouse tactics as he said he would, putting his forearm in his throat, which the referee, I think, warned him about, but he should have stayed on top of it. But, you just can't have that fear in the ring. You can't have it in life. You can't walk around worrying, man. You just can't do it. If you're in there thinking about exiting stage left, then you got to get some help, man. He's got to focus too on his victories and look at all the things he's accomplished. And he has to realize after every fight, even the ones he's lost, he's walked out of the ring with his health. I know he had a health issue. He says in the Ruiz fight, he didn't talk about what it is. He said he'd talk about it when he retires. But you're walking out of the ring with your health. There's nothing to worry about as far as, the odds of Anthony Joshua taking a punch and something terrible happening is it's just not very likely. Those kind of things rarely happen to heavyweights. Usually when something tragic happens, it's because a fighter's dehydrated. The brain needs liquid to move around with, and heavyweights generally don't have to come in at heavyweights don't have to come in at a certain weight. So they don't have to be water drained or weight depleted. So they can have carbs and proteins in them and be all right. Protein, not amateur team. Dad joke, right? But, you just have to go in there and you have to be confident in the ring, especially, and in life. You can't be talking about, I felt like I was about to leave this world, and it's almost sounded like he was being panic mode. He said your adrenaline's going, everything's going at such a high level that he's almost admitting to having a panic attack, and this is after, I believe, a victory. So what's happening when what's happening when he's not winning, when he's in the ring and things aren't going his way? What's going through his mind? But he just has to. He's got to get some help in there. And Ben Davison, I thought, had instilled some confidence in Anthony Joshua based off the Otto Wallin fight. And the Francis Ngannou fight should have given him a lot of confidence. But we'll see, man. AJ's a very complex guy. He's not a simple guy. He's very complex. And I just know this is something he has to defeat before he gets a rematch with Daniel Dubois, because Dubois is going to try to start where he left off. He's going to have to get this corrected no matter who he fights. If he fights Joe Blow down the street, he's going to have to get some confidence back. He can't be worrying about exiting stage left, you know. Anyway, this is the J. Roos Theory. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you like the content. Make sure to subscribe if you wish to donate to the platform. Don't be a dine and dasher. If you watch, donate to the platform, please. The Cash App is $JRoos33, LSR forever. And please be fearless. Yay.